Hey, what's up, Dev Crew? It's great to see you guys today. I want to talk about a few different tips and tricks that will help you do deliberate practice better while you're prepping for your coding interviews. Today, I have Code Wars up on the screen. This is a great site to do tech interview prep on. And we've got this Roman numerals decoder problem up. It says I want to create a function that takes Roman numeral as arguments and returns its value as a numeric digital integer. So the first thing you want to do is when you get into an interview is you're going to try to understand and read the problem that you have. The next thing you're going to do is try to write some pseudocode or write on the board the specific steps that you'll take to try to solve that problem. And then after that, you want to take one or two of the examples and step through your pseudocode just like it's because it's an algorithm and see if it actually works. And then after that, you're going to do the implementation. Another thing that you want to do is to speak while you are giving while you're doing this interview, you're going to want to speak along every step of the way. How this applies to your coding practice here in Code Wars is that you're going to want to mimic what you're going to do in the real world when you get to interview with hopefully the company of your dreams. So that's what I'm going to start modeling here. So I've got this Roman numerals problem before me, and I can see here, I'm just going to kind of shortcut some of this. I don't want to bore you with the details, but I can see here we've got this one example of MCM-XC. Okay, so I'm going to take this example and I'm going to break it down, and there's a few different ways I could break this down. So I could break this down by the actual amounts, right? So you can see I have a 1,000 here, and then I've got 900 here, and 90 here. And I'm going to take my second example. I'm going to use these. I'm putting these down right now, and because I'm going to use these as I write up my pseudocode. So I'm going to take the other example. So I'm going to do MMB 111, and that will make 2008. And then our final example is this MD CLX VI. Okay. So you can break this one up and like so, and we do this one, we get 1,000, 500, 100, 50, 10, 5, and 1. So that's supposed to be, you can see there's a 1-to-1 ratio here with the actual number input to the output that we have here. What I can tell by looking at this, and I cheated, I started doing this problem before, but the video went too long and I wanted to get kind of cut to the chase here. But what I could tell by looking at this is we've got a pattern here where we have CM. What actually happens is that if we break these up into individual markers here, we have this 100 and we have 10 in between this. We could do the same thing here, but this is an interesting pattern. So I'm going to go in, now that I have my examples, let's just step through. I probably want to for each over the string to get each numeral. I could spell here. And next we're going to, we could use this lookup table and convert each numeral to the lookup table value, being this down here. And finally, we could add and return the total. So let's see if this works for me right now. So I'm going to take this example and I'm going to loop. So I'm going to go through each one of these values here. I'm going to convert them. So I'm going to have 1,100, 900, 10, and 90. And this is supposed to all equal 1990. And if I were to do exactly this, so if I put each one of these in here, these are the values I'd get back out, right? If I had this particular example. And if I added these all up, right? So if I had some create some value and add to sum, return sum or total, right? Same thing. So if I did that, I'd have 2,100, and that is not equal to 1990. So I've got a problem here. What pattern that I do see is if these larger numbers are, sorry, this one's wrong. This one's supposed to be 1,000, so it'd be 2,100 and 200, right? So 2,200 would be my total, and that's not correct. So what I can notice here is whenever larger numbers come after the smaller numbers, these actually become inverted values. So we have to figure out some way inside of our loop to account for that. So hopefully by watching this and seeing what I just did here where I laid it out, I kind of stepped through the values. So what you do is you could actually step through and convert, right? You could do this a little bit differently and convert. I kind of skip some of these steps, but hopefully this is a little bit helpful to you to do, and it's kind of like rubber ducking, but for your coding algorithms. It might actually help you solve the problems as well. Give me a comment below what you think about this and how what tips you use yourself to help with your technical prep interview, and we'll see you in the next one.